everyone, here we are going to discuss the morphological changes to differentiate reversible injury versus irreversible cell injury. So let's start it. So first I will let you know the introduction. Then I will let you know the diagrammatic presentation in which how we can differentiate the reversible cell injury from irreversible cell injury. We will see the two cells and we will see the diagrammatic presentation between them. Then we will see the nuclear features, the nuclear changes in irreversible cell injury, that is pycnosis, karyoraxis and karyolysis, the difference between them. And finally, we will see the differentiating table between the reversible and irreversible cell injury. So let's start it. So first, I told you that all cells remain in homeostasis. Human body is made up of cells. From head to toe, we are made up of millions of cells. All the cells are in homeostasis, that is they have a specific function and they have a specific structure. With their specific structure, they are performing their specific function. For example, the cells of salivary gland, they do the function of secretion. The cells of intestine, they do the function of absorption likewise. So they are in homeostasis. But whenever any stress, maybe physiological or pathological, whenever any stress is acting on the cell, then three things happen one by one. The first thing is cell adaptation. Cell will try to cope up the changes. The cell will try to cope up the stress and try to survive. So that is adaptation by doing certain structural changes inside that. There are 5 types of adaptation. I hope that you have watched my video on cell adaptation. So there is hypertrophy, hyperplasia, atrophy, metaplasia and dysplasia. These are the 5 types of adaptations. If the stress continues or stress is very severe, then the cell injury will take place. Initially reversible cell injury, and followed by, if the stress still continues, it will lead to irreversible cell injury. And between reversible and irreversible cell injury, there is a point of no return. So currently, I want you to tell the differences between reversible and irreversible cell injury. By the way, irreversible cell injury is equivalent to cell death. By irreversible cell injury, I mean cell death. So irreversible cell injury means the cell is already dead. There are 2 types of cell death that are discussed separately in different videos, apoptosis and necrosis. Watch that also. So how to differentiate the reversible cell injury from irreversible cell injury? Do you have, if I show you a cell, the diagram of a cell, looking at the diagram of the cell, can you identify, is it the cell showing reversible cell injury or is this cell showing irreversible cell injury? So what are the morphological differences between them? So we will discuss in the form of a diagram. We will compare 3 things. Can you see the 2 cells in front of you? In the diagram, you can see this is a cell showing reversible injury and this is a cell showing irreversible cell injury. So here we will compare 3 things. We will compare the cell membrane of both the cells. We will compare the organelles, 4 organelles in both the cells, and we will compare the nucleus in both the cells. So let's come on the cell membrane. Compare the cell membrane here with there. Can you compare? So in reversible cell injury, the cell membrane is intact. Can you see? Everywhere it's intact. Here the cell membrane is intact. Here the cell membrane is defective. In irreversible cell injury, the defects are there, the gaps are there, the defects are there. So cell membrane, there are defects. Here cell membrane is intact. Here cell membrane contains the defect. The first difference, you can visible, it is seen in the diagram. Rather than learning, look at the diagram. The second thing, in reversible cell injury, blebs are present. Here the blebs are present. You can see in the cell membrane. Here blebs are absent. Here blebs are absent. There are no blebs here. Third difference. The third difference in the cell membrane. You can see here the cell is swelling. Overall the cell is swelling. Swelling is present. Over the cell is swelled out. The swelling, generalized swelling is there. Blebs is there. But here, since the defects are there, the extra cytoplasm will leak out. It will leak out. So there is no swelling. There is no swelling. So here the blebs are absent. Swelling is absent. So compare. So here cell membrane intact, here cell membrane is defective. Here blebs are present, here blebs are absent. Here swelling is present, here swelling is absent. So these are the 3 differences in the cell membrane. Reversible injury, irreversible injury. So in reversible injury, the cell membrane is intact. You can see blebs are present, you can see, and cells swelled out, you can see. In irreversible cell injury, the cell membrane is defective. The holes are present, the gaps are present, you can see. So extra cytoplasm leaks out. So no swelling, no bleb. No swelling, no bleb. So bleb and swelling is a feature of reversible injury, not irreversible injury. So we have compared the cell membrane. Now coming on the 4 organelles. We will compare 4 organelles in each of them. So first compare the endoplasmic reticulum in both of them. Then compare the ribosomes in both of them, here and there ribosomes. Then we compare the mitochondria in both of them. See the mitochondria in both of them. And finally compare the lysosomes in both of them. So compare the 4 organelles. Let's start with the endoplasmic reticulum. Here in reversible cell injury, the endoplasmic reticulum swells out. And here in irreversible cell injury, the endoplasmic reticulum ruptured. It is showing the lysis. So here endoplasmic reticulum shows swelling.